Yo, yappers. Welcome back to day 24. That might be wrong. It might be day 25. Hold on a minute. It's day 25. I'm recording this right after day 24, which is why I'm a little bit off, obviously. But we back here again. Today, I thought, I realized, I don't think I'd be apt about like fighting games in general yet. I guess I should check this to be sure. And then, maybe, yep, we're good. We're good. We're good. Yeah, I haven't yapped about fighting games yet. Let's call. Obviously, I've yapped about Rivals of Aether 2. I've yapped about that a lot because I find Rivals of Aether 2 very fun. But I thought I'd sit down here and yap a bit about fighting games in general. Because, fun fact, actually, I have a whiteboard fucking IRL right behind me. And fourth line of that whiteboard says, I'm a pro fighting game player, which is it's funny because I'm very clearly not. However, to understand, right? Because I think mostly here I want to talk about kind of the philosophy of fighting games, why I love fighting games so much. So to kind of put in perspective, I've read a book called Atomic Habits, which I'm sure a lot of people know. Unfortunately, it's kind of the performative book. But yeah, I read Atomic Habits, and a big thing, or at least not a big thing, but like the starting thing it talks about is to write goals down. It is better to both say things that you want out loud and also to write down your goals of like, and you're not supposed to be I'm going to be, it's a I am, right? Because then it makes your brain, it helps make you become what you want to become, right? So I think it has helped me a lot. I just wish I had the willpower to keep up with fighting games permanently. Unfortunately, I'm a unmotivated person, as we seen, as I missed the 2 days over the fucking drinking, which was horrible. But yeah, fighting games in general, there have been a thing of they aren't my most played games by any amount. However, they're the games that I wish I played more and that I think should be my most played games because they line up with me so well of just doing thing to try to get better, constantly trying to improve at something. They're such a fun concept. Obviously, the actual sitting down playing is a little different, but honestly, they're still really fucking fun while playing. I enjoyed so much playing. I mean, I played for like 8 hours the other day. Like, I'm not going to play for 8 hours straight if I don't enjoy it. However, my problem is that most of the time I fucking get into the games for like 2 weeks. And it's like, dude, I never thought about how it's kind of like my Minecraft phases. Fuck. Minecraft phases I never really got because, like, I'd play Minecraft for, like, maybe 2, 3 days at most rather than the, like, 2 weeks everyone talks about. However, fighting games are kind of that 2 week example where my willpower will keep out for the 2 weeks and I'll fucking really enjoy it, but then one day I'll just go, eh, I don't wanna. And it'll be just a slight thing, but that, not doing it for the one day, that's what fucks you. Which, I mean, and if you know anything about Atomic Habits, read it at all, you'll know that that's a big part of that thing where you're trying to turn things you're trying the small things matter. That's what Atomic Habits means. The things that you are doing every day are what shapes you, right? So it's the thing of missing out on that once fucks me over so much. That's why the missing the 2 days is so important to me. But that's why I'm glad to have that kind of idea and being annoyed by it because hopefully that will mean I will stick to it more. And fighting games they're so fun. And I'm obviously an egotistical person. So it's like having fighting games be this ego thing of like, most people I think are playing fighting games purely to enjoy the idea of beating someone else at the game. I mean, the whole concept is you fighting someone else, either it's a team battle or not, and it's really fucking enjoyable and a good way to get out that aggression, I think, without actually being aggressive, which is nice. And there's that the fun and the love of improving at something, and even in the ways you improve are in small things almost, in a sense. Obviously, you talk to most like fighting game things, it's not actually small things, right? Like, however, if you're looking at it from an overall, you don't realize how important these small things are. So it's improving in it no matter what, which is so fun. And so I've played Street Fighter. Obviously, I think I'm sitting at around 70 hours, somewhere around there. I can look really quick, but yeah, Rivals of Ether obviously has shone up there very quickly, hit the 20 hours mark, and hopefully I will keep playing. 2XKO I have played in the past, and with a few recent reveals, one of which I will be talking about tomorrow, I'm kind of wanting to get back into 2XKO bit because, I mean, the game is obviously, I think, one that is going to get better over time, as with a lot of Riot games. However, I think it's to the point where it may pull me back in, but we'll talk about that tomorrow over all this stuff. For the today stuff, it's just fighting games. I really want them to be an important part because, like, I listen to a lot of podcasts and stuff as well that are around that scene and talk about especially Smash Melee. Fucking Smash Melee. There's so much community there. I love the idea of community and, like, the way that they have kind of built how do I say that, they've built their community almost completely on their own. Like, obviously now some unfortunate parts are coming through and, like, making it not feel as, standalone and just built by passion, but more so built because people see a market, obviously, with the Evo stuff. However, Evo came from, as far as I know, maybe I'm wrong about their origins, but as far as I know, it was just a tournament, and just people wanted to meet up, play the game, see who was the best at this game, and it's just evolved every year from there. And now, obviously, Dubai is bought in and seen a market, but I'm hoping the thing is that it is built on passion, and while I think a lot of my generation and younger, they don't care as much about fighting games because they are not fully around like in arcades, and there's so many other options. And the problem with fighting games obviously is they are not easy to get into. The barrier of entry is so large, right? So it's like, I think a lot of people aren't really getting into it. Obviously, I think it will still always be around and always be at least built mostly on passion because that's where it came from. That was its origins. It's hard to change an entire community about this when the community is built and basically kept alive off people going, damn, this shit kind of sick though. I love comboing and beating the hell out of people. And it's like, it's so fun to me, man. I want to get into it. I do want at some point, hopefully I can get good enough where I feel like I can like at least attend an Evo. Because the thing is, it's like technically, obviously, you can always enter Evo. There's no real requirements for it. However, it's like, I want to show up but not make a fool of myself. And it's like, I'm not gonna say off rip that that I have the skills of the best in the world, but I think, if I fully dedicated myself, what happens, you know what I'm saying? I think it's a fun idea to just fucking try and, really enjoy that shit. And I think I do really enjoy that shit. I just kind of need to stick with it. I get so easily distracted with the other random shit that pops up, which is not the biggest deal. I mean, the most important thing is just having a good time in this life, but I need to get a little more dedicated as I'm growing older here, find out what I really enjoy and what I want to do. But yeah, that's fighting games in general. Like, I wish I would have played more of Fighter Z when it came out, and I feel like I'm kind of going down the same way with 2XKO now, where it's like, I kind of wish I played more of it when it initially came out, and I kind of blame that on the fact that there wasn't a lot of characters that I fucked with, which was one of their bigger problems in that. But they're saving that soon with the character I actually really enjoy seeing and cannot wait to main. But yeah, that's fighting games in general. What other fighting games can I shout out that I can be like, damn, this one kind of good? This Fighters was obviously, I referenced that. Street Fighter I've played a bit of. Tekken I've never really fucked with. I don't know, the fucking like sidestepping and stuff. It just sounds too complicated to me. Smash I didn't fuck with too much, but obviously now Rivals of Ether, I'd be willing to give Smash a try. Yeah, that's fighting games in general, at least the basic starting things. I hope you enjoy, and I shall see y'all tomorrow.